What if one man could reshape the world with just one weapon? What if, in the early 1800s, the most ambitious general in history got his hands on the deadliest technology of the 20th century? Yes, today we're asking, what if Napoleon had nukes? Spoiler alert, it changes everything. Okay, before we rewrite world history, let's ask the obvious. How the heck does Napoleon even get nuclear weapons in the 1800s? Maybe a time traveler drops a few nukes into his lap, or a rogue scientist from the future decides Napoleon was underrated and hands him a couple of shiny atomic bombs. Either way, let's say Napoleon has 3 working nuclear bombs, a basic idea of how to use them, and no idea how to make more. He doesn't understand the science, but he absolutely understands power, and he plans to use it. So what does Napoleon do? He doesn't drop one on London right away. He's a master of theater and intimidation. Instead, he puts on a show. Picture this. The year is 1805. Napoleon invites a few diplomats to a weapons demonstration. They're thinking cannon, maybe a new kind of musket. Instead, he detonates a nuke in a remote part of the Alps. The ground shakes, the sky turns white. The diplomats run home to tell their kings, Napoleon has the power of the gods. And suddenly, no one wants to fight France anymore. The coalition powers, Britain, Austria, Russia, all back off. Why risk total destruction? Napoleon doesn't need to fight Austerlitz anymore. He just threatens to nuke Vienna or Moscow. The Napoleonic Wars end early. By 1808, Napoleon controls most of Europe without firing a shot. Spain becomes a client state. Prussia, obedient ally. Russia, forced into submission or possibly gets nuked. And Britain, the island holds out, protected by the sea. Until Napoleon delivers an ultimatum, surrender or London becomes ash. Faced with annihilation, the British government crumbles. No Battle of Waterloo, no Duke of Wellington, just silence. Now, with Europe under his heel, Napoleon builds an empire like the world has never seen. French becomes the official language from Lisbon to Warsaw. He abolishes old monarchies, spreads his version of the Enlightenment. But now, he enforces it with nukes. He launches invasions of Africa earlier than in our timeline. He possibly reclaims Haiti, nukes one coastal city as a lesson. Even the United States might hand Louisiana back out of pure fear. The French Empire becomes a global superpower, a century before anyone else. But power like this has a price. Nobody in the 1800s understands radiation. After each detonation, poisoned soil, sick animals, mysterious illnesses, they all start to spread. And Napoleon? He doesn't notice. Or worse, he doesn't care. What's worse, the world falls behind. Why innovate when one man already controls everything? Scientific freedom is crushed under an iron and radioactive boot. The Enlightenment ideals Napoleon once championed, now twisted into totalitarian control. Here's the big question. What happens when Napoleon dies? He had one legitimate son, Napoleon II. But even if he inherits the throne, can he handle the bombs? Power struggles erupt. Generals fight over the weapons. Someone gets desperate, and someone pushes the button. France nukes itself. The empire burns. A second dark age begins, and this time glowing. If humanity survives, the 21st century looks nothing like ours. No world wars, because Napoleon ended global conflict in the 1800s. No United States superpower. France beat them to it. Maybe we still get computers, space travel, even AI, but all built under a centralized French empire. The Eiffel Tower is a space elevator. The moon has a tricolor flag. We all speak French, poorly. Or maybe, just maybe, civilization never recovers. And the last surviving humans tell stories of a god king who lit the skies on fire. So, what if Napoleon had nukes? He might have conquered the world, or he might have ended it. All it takes is one man, one moment, and a bomb that should never exist in the wrong century. Let me know in the comments. Would you rather live in Napoleon's nuclear empire, or in the chaos after? And hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss another dive into alternate history.